Watch the roof of this tank closely. That small cluster of tubes isn't a smoke grenade launcher, and it isn't extra armor. As of 3 weeks ago, it's something that has never existed on a combat vehicle before. A magazine of drones whose only job is hunting other drones. And it can fire, track, and kill a target while the tank underneath it is still moving. This is Iron Wasp, unveiled in Paris in June 2026 by Rafael, the company behind Iron Dome and Iron Beam, in partnership with a small Israeli drone startup called SpearUAV. And it exists because of a problem that has quietly become one of the most urgent in modern ground warfare. Cheap, disposable drones are now capable of destroying multi-million-dollar armored vehicles, and until now, there hasn't been a good answer sitting directly on the vehicle itself. Welcome back to Grand Structures. This is the engineering of Iron Wasp, and why the future of protecting a tank might not be thicker armor. It might be a tiny autonomous aircraft that launches from one. Here's the question this video actually answers. How do you protect an individual armored vehicle moving fast on an open battlefield from a threat that's small, cheap, fast, and increasingly immune to electronic jamming? We've covered Israel's national-scale air defense on this channel before. Iron Dome, Arrow, Iron Beam, systems designed to protect cities and regions. Iron Wasp is a completely different scale of the same problem. Not a battery protecting a country, but a single canister protecting a single vehicle, with no time to call in support and no larger radar network to lean on. Let's break down the 4 engineering pieces that make that possible. First problem, how do you give a tank crew an aerial interceptor without asking them to operate anything close to a full air defense system? Rafael and SpearUAV's answer was to not start from scratch. Iron Wasp is built directly on SpearUAV's existing Viper-I interceptor, part of a family of what the company calls encapsulated drone systems, meaning the aircraft ships sealed inside its own launch tube, ready to fire with essentially no setup. The original Viper-I is a small, tube-launched aircraft, a cylindrical body, 4 fold-out spars, each carrying its own small electric motor and propeller, that only deploy after launch, a launch weight of around 4.5 kilograms and a reported range in the neighborhood of 2 kilometers. Iron Wasp scales that platform up. Defense analysts at EDR Magazine, working from technical briefings at the unveiling, estimate, and this is explicitly their informed estimate, not a number Rafael has officially confirmed, a payload closer to 2 kilograms and a range somewhere under 10 kilometers, nearly double the original system on both counts. The launcher itself is deliberately unglamorous, a compact multi-canister launcher that mounts onto a vehicle's roof in roughly the same footprint and style as an existing smoke grenade launcher array. That's a genuinely clever piece of systems engineering. It means Iron Wasp can be retrofitted onto tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, armored personnel carriers, and even unmanned ground vehicles that were never originally designed with a drone launch system in mind, without the kind of major structural redesign that normally comes with adding a new weapon system to an existing platform. Second problem, and it's the one that makes Iron Wasp genuinely different from a normal military drone, there's no one flying it. The front section of the aircraft houses a gimbal-mounted electro-optical sensor, reported to include day and night imaging, with a wide field of view built specifically to acquire and track a small, fast-moving aerial target. From there, according to the companies, AI-driven algorithms handle detection, tracking, and the actual engagement itself. A human operator supervises the process and can abort the intercept, but they're not manually flying the interceptor toward the target, because at the closing speeds and reaction windows involved in a drone versus drone intercept, there simply isn't time for a person to react and steer in the loop. This is what defense analysts sometimes call man on the loop, rather than man in the loop. A human approves and can cancel the mission, but the moment-to-moment flying and targeting is entirely machine-driven.
That's a meaningful design choice worth sitting with. Iron Wasp isn't a remote-controlled weapon in the way most military drones still are today. It's closer to a fire-and-forget missile that happens to fly like an aircraft and think for itself once it's airborne.
Third problem, and this is arguably the most important piece of context for understanding why Iron Wasp exists at all. For years, the dominant answer to hostile drones has been electronic warfare, jamming the radio link between a drone and its operator, or spoofing its GPS. That approach has a real, well-documented blind spot. A growing number of drones and loitering munitions, seen extensively in recent conflicts, are now guided by thin, spooled fiber optic cable instead of a radio signal, meaning there's no wireless link to jam in the first place. Electronic warfare, no matter how sophisticated, simply can't touch a threat that isn't transmitting anything to intercept. That's precisely the gap Iron Wasp is built to close. Because it's a physical interceptor, closing on and, according to the companies, either destroying its target with a dedicated warhead or through direct kinetic impact, depending on which account you read, since the exact kill mechanism hasn't been fully detailed publicly. It doesn't care whether the target is radio-controlled, GPS-guided, autonomous, or tethered by a wire. If it can see it, it can chase it. This is also, notably, one of the real, hard-learned lessons of recent drone warfare. Soldiers have repeatedly misidentified drones in the heat of combat, sometimes shooting down their own side's aircraft, sometimes missing a real threat entirely. An automated system built specifically to distinguish and engage hostile aerial threats, integrated with a vehicle's existing sensors, is a direct engineering response to that exact human error. Fourth piece, and it's less a physics problem than a strategic one, Iron Wasp isn't meant to operate alone. Rafael has spent years building what it calls a layered force protection architecture, and Iron Wasp is explicitly designed to slot into it. Trophy, Rafael's active protection system, already defends armored vehicles against incoming anti-tank threats at extremely close range. Drone Dome provides a wider area 360-degree counter-drone detection. Light Beam, the vehicle-scale relative of the Iron Beam system we covered in an earlier video, offers a directed energy option for the same general threat category. Iron Wasp fills a specific gap none of those fully covered: mobile, vehicle-organic, close-range interception that doesn't require the vehicle to stop, doesn't require a separate air defense unit nearby, and works against exactly the kind of low-cost, fiber-optic-guided threats that jamming can't touch. Here's where it's important to be honest about where this technology actually stands right now, rather than presenting it as a finished, battle-tested weapon. Iron Wasp was unveiled only a few weeks ago. As of the most recent reporting, Rafael and SpearUAV haven't announced a confirmed production timeline or an operational deployment gate, and this is still fundamentally a newly announced system being marketed to international customers rather than one with a battle record. Several of the more specific performance figures circulating online are informed analyst estimates, not officially released specifications. What's real and confirmed is the underlying Viper-Eye technology it's built on, the launcher concept, the AI-driven autonomous engagement approach, and the strategic logic of putting a hard-kill interceptor directly on individual combat vehicles. What's still genuinely unknown publicly is exactly how well it performs against a real contested target. And that's not a criticism, it's just where a system 3 weeks past its unveiling actually sits. We've spent this series looking at engineering built at an enormous scale: mountains, air bases, national water grids, laser weapons defending entire cities. Iron Wasp is the opposite kind of story. The same design philosophy shrunk down to fit on the roof of a single tank, aimed at solving the exact problem that's been reshaping ground warfare over the past several years: the fact that a drone costing a few $100s can now threaten a vehicle costing millions. Whether Iron Wasp lives up to what's been announced is something only real-world testing will answer.
but the underlying bet that the next layer of armor isn't steel, it's an autonomous aircraft riding in your own launch tube, is exactly the kind of engineering shift this channel exists to track. Subscribe to Grand Structures. We'll see you in the next breakdown.